Dude, welcome back to Hanging Out with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC, and as always, it's good to be back. Obviously, we're a few members short here. Hopefully, the guys are going to join us here in just a second. But, of course, the guy that is always on time and thankfully has been the right-hand man to the host this year, Mr. P4, sir. How have you been doing today?
Today was a good day. Got back from Eastern Washington. Spent the weekend in Spokane. It was a good day. Buddy got married. Congratulations to the Lace.
Congrats, yeah.
Other than that, Mets are 5-0 since Grimace, so we're pumped about that. UFC, maybe the worst card ever.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I don't think I watched
that,
the second.
Yeah,
I was busy watching Chael Sonnen Anderson Silva boxing match in Rio de Janeiro. I picked up a little bit of Portuguese this weekend watching that. But we'll get into it.
Absolutely, man. Hey, always glad to have us. Sometimes, the two of us have to, carry the team once in a while because the slackers from the other guys, shoulders getting a little hard, it's being a little heavier each and every single time. But let's go into the first segment here. Just a little bit of NBA stuff. Obviously, the NBA Finals is now 3-1. Boston going back to Boston starting on Monday. Obviously, Boston. They started off 3-0, and then who cares? Oh, my goodness. Do we have, finally, one guy out of the two that we were missing, but this is the 10-day contract. So,
hey,
Mr.
Jesus,
K-Stel,
what is this, amateur hour?
we got technical difficulties over there, Mr. K-Stout, or how are we doing today?
What?
Great comments from
Can't hear a
Mr.
thing.
K-Stel. So we'll come back to
You're
K-Stel when he
live.
figures it out, So,
That's why I don't use these stupid headphones, bro.
So, anyways, talking about the NBA playoffs, 3-0, and then Dallas comes back and championship 3-1. So now we're going back to Boston Monday. Obviously, P4, he says you haven't really watched a ton of it. And so I just wanted to be curious. Who do you think is going to win between the Dallas Mavericks? And thank goodness Mr. K-Stelt decides to get his audio fixed for us here. Welcome to the club, K-Stelt. How are we doing here on this fine Sunday? A little bit late. We're in contract negotiations, man. It's not looking for next season, man. Ooh. But how are we doing today?
No, I have not seen a second of NBA Finals basketball.
Yeah.
I have not either. So if that makes you feel any better, P4, and I'm a
No,
pretty
it
avid
doesn't.
basketball fan. Okay, thanks. Good Father's Day. I enjoyed it. Spent time with my dad. What? Oh, about the game? I don't know, bro.
The NBA Finals had 3-1, since now we'll get back on track since the live viewers, thankfully I think there's only one person in here. But you know what? It is what it is. But, so the NBA Finals, 3-0, and now it's going down to 3-1 going back to Boston. Mr. P4, you said you've not listened to or watched a single bit of the NBA Finals. Do you think we could see a Game 7 even out? Do you think it could maybe stop here? Just out of a blink of not knowing anything. What would you think is going to happen in the NBA Finals?
This is Game 5, so I think we're even asking if there's going to be Game 6.
Yeah, that's the big question.
So, I guess so. Sure.
Yeah.
I guess Kyrie hasn't been playing too good. Tim Hardaway's not good.
Yeah,
But,
they came together as a team in Game 4. It was pretty good there. They were passing the ball a lot better, but also Boston was kind of not really. I mean, it's Game 4. They're in Dallas. They're up 3-0. They're like, I'd rather win in Game 5 at home with all my families and friends being there. So you can see that going a little bit back and forth there. We'll see
call
if
that a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so we'll see if Luka and Kyrie can show up. It's not even if they can show up because they've been showing up. Luka's been showing up the entire series. Kyrie has honestly stepped it up really well in Game 4.
Who's your Finals MVP?
Right now, man, it's in between Jaylen Brown or Jason. I'm gonna say Jason because he's the face of the franchise. I mean, he had a really great game 3. Game 4,
That's
he did
why
okay.
It's so crazy that Curry never got one.
Oh, all the dudes are back. Maybe. Are we all here?
I cannot hear you for some reason. Hold on.
What's with the audio today, Eric?
I don't know. We need to get that producer fired. We need to find a new one. Like,
We're all
this
our
is
own
ridiculous. Like I told
One second. I can't hear any.
everybody gonna be here at 9:30, and I guess they got lost in communication. But wow, Mr. Howard figures out this. I think so. Jaylen Brown played really well games 1 and 2, and just put the team on his back. And then in game 3, Jason Tatum really came alive. So I don't know. We'll see. It's probably gonna be who plays the best game. In whatever game they win. I'm thinking it's going to be game 5 as well. I think Porzingis is just playing really well. The bench has just not been showing up for Dallas at all. But it's, they showed up in game 4, but again, like we're talking the gentleman's sweep. So, but it's been an interesting series. We'll see what happens, especially going on in the off season. Especially for, the Valley over there. We'll see what happens with KD and everything like that. But, yeah.
I think John Wall's available.
Yeah. See, that might help us out. We do need a point guard. Maybe Isaiah Taylor or Isaiah Thomas should be our starter. Honestly, like the guy never got a shot.
Back.
No way.
He got arrested. He did. Did you hear about this?
No.
Let's see. NBA campaign arrested for giving false report to cops. Per TMZ.
That's a fine. It's not. But I mean,
Scottsdale Police Department was called out to investigate a disturbance. 2:44 a.m. Came in contact with Payne and another individual. It's unclear what happened next. Payne was arrested, seen booked on 1 charge on refusal to provide a truthful name and 1 count to false report to law enforcement.
So he was just telling him wasn't giving him his
Payne,
name.
who was just traded from the Bucks to the Sixers, a swap for Patrick Beverly, has ties to the Scottsdale area. He played for the Suns through 2019 to 2023. Story developing.
Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens in the offseason.
Keep it tight, home dog.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Your boy is now here officially. By the way, I can hear y'all as well.
That's great. We can't see you.
No
all.
camera for the night? Yeah, that is very unfortunate. I just wanted to at least be here with the dudes, but I don't know what's going on, and with the way my day is going, fuck it. We're rolling. We're going. I'm a ghost. We're gonna go, and we're gonna cook tonight, boys. Let's get this thing continued.
Sounds good. Well, then that really wraps up for a little bit of a wild NBA segment there. Kind of disorients us, but now all the dudes are here. We're all here to do this and hang out. So a little bit quick on the college news front. It was kind of news between the dudes here. Coleman Hawkins, a big transfer in the college basketball portal, is actually going to K-State this year. So, Mr. K-Stel, I know you don't really know too much, but do you think Coleman Hawkins can actually be an impact player at the $2 million that he gets a year? Yes or no? Does he deserve the $2 million?
So let me say this first. I have a lot of K-State fans. They can be delusional sometimes, but I have a lot of smart ones. This guy is the last piece of the puzzle for their team. I mean, he was, he's the kind of the KJ Adams of what they need, but a lot better shooter. But for $2 million, that's a lot of money for a very, I wouldn't say mid player, but someone who probably doesn't deserve $2 million. But I mean, hey, right. They got the guy they needed. It's all about if he decides to, show up. That's $2 million. That's about what Hunter Dickinson makes. So, I mean,
absolutely. I mean,
K-State,
Coleman,
they're
yeah. Doug McDaniel's going to be really good with them. I mean, Coleman's going to be good. We'll see what happens if Tang can get that into shape. I'm going to post my way too early, midsummer top 10 here on the website. Go look at the bio for that. That'll be coming out here soon. But yeah, it's winding down for basketball season, so we're going to go straight in to what Mr. P4 and I were discussing as one of the most boring UFC fight nights this past week. We're gonna go right into our UFC segment here, sir. So, talk to us a little bit about the UFC, what's going on, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so UFC Fight Night, I think it was like 93 or something. It was at the Apex. It was an Apex card. One of the first cards this year that I did not watch, and we'll get into why I did not watch it in a little bit. But let's just run through the card. Jimmy Flick was on the card. He was kind of one of the big names. He was on the prelims. He's shown some flashes, but he looked like shit. So he got unanimous decision loss to Nate Meneses, who I guess could do some stuff in the flyweight division. Who cares? Brady Heistad had a performance of the night. Tarasso Torreira, I guess he had a performance of the night. They kind of built the card around him, I guess. Miles Johns got a win. I guess some couple good women's fights happened. The first fight of the night, Josephine Knudsen versus Yuli Polistri. Whatever, right? The big thing that happened Saturday night was Chael Sonnen took on Anderson Silva in boxing. It was a 5-round, 2-minute round event. Anderson Silva's son fought on the main event card of the fight in boxing. I believe he's 5-0 or 6-0. He got a win, a decision win over a very veteran fighter. I haven't heard of him, but I guess that's a good win for him.
Yeah.
It was in Rio. There was no English commentary. I had to learn some Portuguese. It was interesting. Regardless, Chael Sonnen, he looked old and slow. Anderson Silva looked a little bit lighter on his feet, but he didn't look like the same. Chael was boxing like a wrestler would box. It wasn't great for him. He said he called out that was a warm-up for his George Masvidal fight. We'll see what happens there. I think that's a very interesting thing. But
gotta get through Nate Diaz first, man.
yeah, that was just postponed again, I believe.
What?
Yeah, everything is getting postponed.
Yeah, dude, everything's getting
As
delayed.
far as the UFC world, it is ridiculous.
And in actual meaningful fights, it's getting postponed.
Last Man Standing, episode 1. So it looks like they're doing some sort of video thing. July 6th in Anaheim. That was as of May 13th, is what I've seen last.
Interesting.
But regardless. Alright, so our cards we have coming up. I'm going to share my screen. So this fight was supposed to be
Sick.
Chimaev versus Whitaker. Then Chimaev dropped and they put in Askarlov. The co-main was supposed to be...
That was supposed to be the co-main. Yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the co-main.
What?
Jamal
I think
Hill
another
was supposed
fight
to be
got.
somewhere in
I think another fight though got changed.
Is this
Didn't
the
it?
Jamal Hill fight? Versus-
No,
Yeah.
that's 303. Jamal Hill's 303,
Oh.
or was supposed to be
Okay.
303 against
Then this fight,
Olberg.
which was supposed to be Connor versus Michael Chandler, has been changed to Pierre versus Prohaska 2, which is a banger
It's
fight.
going to be a fight, yeah.
It's an incredible fight. I love to see what Yuri's going to do after he's already fought him. Then your co-main was supposed to be Jamal Hill versus...
Or Carlos
Who again?
Olberg.
Yeah.
No, because Olberg was a replacement.
Oh, Khalil Roundtree. Khalil Roundtree Jr. Yes.
Roundtree. Then Roundtree drops out, so now it's Olberg. Then Hill drops out, so now it's Smith, but now that can't be your co-main event on a PPV, so they call up Ortega and Lopez. And this is a very interesting fight right here. T-City versus Lopez. As you can see with the rankings, this is your young gun over here in the blue corner, and your kind of veteran fighter, tattle contender in your red corner. So that's going to be an incredible fight. That'll probably be kind of next up for Ilya. I guess supposedly, according to Max, though, Ilya doesn't want to fight nobody in the top 15. And then when Joe Rogan asked Max, who does he want to fight, then he goes, I don't know, brother, maybe himself. So we'll see what Ilya's got going on. But Piera versus Yuri, that's an incredible fight. We'll see that. Namana Yunez versus Macy Barber. Undisclosed. Edwards versus Muhammad. I believe that card is still up. And then obviously UFC
That one will be fun.
306.
Honestly, the main event of the Abu Dhabi. I'm excited for that.
Yes,
Oh,
this
yeah,
would be
same
another
thing.
great card. And I mean the other.
This is a really good
Yes.
test for Umar Nurmagomedov because he's 17-0 professionally in
It's-
MMA. But
Similar to your Diego Lopez fight.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, insane.
Good prospect against a
Because
guy
it's-
that's a dog.
Yeah, I think both Sandhagen and Ortega, this is a win and in, or you kind of fall in that purgatory
Right.
that
If
that
you win,
just
you're
happened with
legit.
Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Vincent Luque versus Nick Diaz.
Look at that picture of Nick Diaz, man.
Dude,
That
I
dude is
can't believe it.
fighting,
We'll see.
and it's
what
not for
happens.
charity.
Very interesting going on in UFC land and world. Just got to get in, dive right in, and just don't expect too much. It's getting ridiculous. Oh, Mike Perry too. Let's talk about Mike Perry. Mike Perry's gonna knock the shit out of fucking Jake Paul.
Oh yeah.
They should have done bare knuckle. They should have done bare knuckle.
Oh my gosh, that would have been ridiculous. And I think does Darren Till still have a? He's still fighting that day too, because he's supposed to. Was it Darren
I don't
Till
know.
or Stephen Wonderboy Thompson?
Till was supposed to fight. No, he was supposed to fight in Mike Tyson, like the
But that's
Tyson. and
but
Jake-
now it's the same.
Oh,
the
now
same
it's-
day. It's
so
the
it may
same.
it may still be going on. I know the really good fight in that card's getting delayed, which sucks.
So is that still on
But-
Netflix? Like, did Netflix go, hey,
Yes.
we don't
Yeah.
want...
Mm-hmm.
It should
okay.
still be on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Perry's going to get big, dude.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. I
That'd
was
be
talking
interesting.
about this weekend. A bunch of MMA guys together for this wedding. And this was my kind of big question. Now, obviously, regardless if it's Islam or John Jones, it's close to say who's the best fighter in UFC, or even the best fighter in UFC history. Put Silva, GSP, Khabib in those conversations. Who's the best in history? DC, Stipe Miocic. Put Silva, who's the best in history? Khabib in those conversations. Even football is, or even the places where it's a little bit wider, where it's like Usain Bolt is by far the best runner. Michael
Sure.
Phelps is by far the best swimmer. Is Mike Perry the most master of his domain? Like, there's not a close second as far as anybody in any sport.
For like, what do you mean dominant? And like,
Like, there's no number two. Like Joe Montana to Tom Brady. Can you name another bare knuckle person? I think Ben
Austin
Rothwell is
Trout.
one.
Austin Trout knocked the shit out of somebody. I saw that the other day. Former Canelo opponent.
Very
That's. I get what you're kind of saying. I mean, he's definitely. If there
Like,
is a
he's the only
name,
guy worth. Like, there's nobody really for power slap. I guess like Gretzky to hockey.
I could
where he's,
not.
Like, he's lapped the competition. I don't know.
yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying Mike Perry, and this bare knuckle, it's a very niche sport and all that. I get that. But Perry is the superstar. It's absolutely, he's carrying this sport by himself.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for like maybe what we know, like amongst us, I don't think there's another dominant athlete in something that's like if there's only one person that we know plays in that league for something, you know. I'd say Mike Perry's up there, even though that's really weird to say considering it's UFC. But I mean, he's doing a thing, and bare
He's
knuckles.
he
You
could
know.
always sell. He's very Chael Sonnen-esque.
Oh, for sure. That's yeah. His stuff,
He's on
like
Ben
yeah.
Askren. I mean, it's kind of a wrestler thing as well, but he's that pro wrestler glamour era kind of fighter, and he's made a living out of it, and props to him. Yeah,
gets into
I'm
enough
excited.
bare knuckle fights for a living, man.
Dude, that's so awesome. I love Mike Perry.
Yeah,
His
for
podcast with
other
Joe
people.
Vaughn.
Yeah, I could not do that myself. But Your
I think
brain
that's all I
jumbled.
really got for MMA
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
If
no,
anyone
the-
else has anything. I know
No.
there's nothing else that ever happened in boxing this weekend, so let's
Uh-huh.
not even touch on it.
oh, okay, sure. They know. Shout out Tank Man.
Tank. See that backflip?
Dude, he's done that so many times, bro. That
the first
knockout
time I
was
saw
so crazy when he ran to the corner celebrating. But yeah, good fights coming up, and honestly, it's a good time to be a fight fan. Just overall, you know, like how 303 got saved pretty much was sick.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just giving my opinion real quick, but yeah, It's pretty good stuff coming up too. So good time to be a fight fan still, even though McGregor everyone probably wanted to see. But that's a later
that
date
may happen
and
with the
whatever.
Spear now, but
Yeah.
I've heard rumors
Ew.
that Dana doesn't want that for Mexican independence.
Marab, man.
Yeah, he
Marab.
wants
Marab for Mexican independence.
Paulo Costa.
Oh my.
All right, well, so we're going to take it out of the octagon here now, and I think we're going to move over to the actual sport that's kind of really going on throughout this entire summer in the MLB baseball, and Mr. K. Steltzer, who has been, we don't even know what he's been doing the past 40 minutes we've been online, but he's taking notes. He's taking notes.
I'm good, though.
He's getting ready. Sir,
Yeah,
MLB...
who would prepare beforehand?
I was prepared. I have what I'm going to say. But let's get to our MLB this week. Our 8 weeks, or from Sunday to Sunday. Let's start off with the American League. New York Yankees. They went 5-2 this week. They beat down on the Kansas City Royals in a 4-game series. They won 3 out of 4. Came into Kauffman and just destroyed the Royals. The O's, though, they went 6-2 this week for a full week. They've won the last 3 series they've played. The O's are looking really good, and it's really scary for how young their team is and how good they're all playing. The Boston Red Sox, they went 4-2. They beat the Phillies. The Blue Jays went 4-3. They beat the Guards. And the
Guards.
AL East is right now it's the Yankees and the Orioles, and the rest of those 3 teams are just trying to find a way to get into that last playoff spot at the moment. The Cleveland Guardians only played 6 games this week. I feel like they're playing 6 games every week. This team has played like 7 games less than everybody else. It's unbelievable. But whatever you're gonna say. They beat the
Shitty weather
Marlins,
in
but
Cleveland.
yeah, they went 3-3 this week. They beat the Marlins, and they're trying to fight their way into a spot. Stephen Kwan is playing like prime Tony Gwynn. He's batting .391 right now, but he's not yet qualified to be like to get that top spot in the batting average. Kansas City went 2-6 this week. They just finished up their 4-series stretch of number 1 teams. In the MLB, they faced the Yankees and the Dodgers this weekend. They got killed by the Yankees. Had a walk-off win at the end of the series, and then they won 1 out of 3 with the Dodgers, and doesn't look too good, but they're hurting other players, I've heard. Twins had a fantastic week. They went 7-1. The Twins are doing this thing where they just all of a sudden are a fantastic team. I know Royce Lewis is back, and you could say right now he's probably the best player in baseball at this moment, not altogether, but the kid's a stud, and the Twins' offense is just another level when he's in the lineup. Tigers went 3-4. Don't know what I even need to say about the Tigers. They're just kind of the mid team that we don't know what to do about. Their pitching is fantastic. Their hitting is awful. White Sox 2-6, just not really good. Don't need to say much about the White Sox. They're selling all their players. Mariners. They went 7-1 this week. Crazy stretch. I know all of your boys, P4 and Seattle, are probably pretty excited for the M's. They were beating up on bad teams, but hey, if you're a good team, you got to beat up on the bad teams and take care of those games. Texas went 3-4. They got swept by the M's. Not really good for a division rival. M's are kind of breaking away. I think they have an 8.5 game lead in the first place for the AL West. Not good for the Rangers. The Stros went 3-4. They beat the Tigers. They're trying to, not die. Halos went 4-3. They're pretty bad. And the Oakland Athletics went 0-8 this week.
Jeez.
Full stretch of games. They went
They're
0-8.
back to the normal A's.
Yeah, and it's not going to look easier. They have the Royals coming up. I believe, the next series. Hopefully
I
the
had to say that
Royals.
a year ago.
Hopefully
Yeah.
the Royals are continuing to play bad to give this A's team a lineup, but the Royals are looking for what the A's are doing. The Phillies had a really bad week. They went 2-5. They just kind of hitting a dead end. Their starting pitching's going just kind of limp. Zach Wheeler not pitching well. Aaron Noah not pitching well. Probably because Boston is playing really well. Hopefully they beat the Yankees today. The Braves went 3-4. I think they just beat Tampa Bay in a series. The Washington Nationals, 6-1. Fantastic. They're doing a lot better. They're trying to get over that 500 game mark. They're 35-36 right now. And then in fourth place, the New York Mets. They're 33-37, but hold on. I mean, I know we'll be talking about Grimace here soon, later P4, but this Mets team was looking like they were going to sell. Now they're looking really. We'll talk about it later.
Pete Alonso, another 20 years.
No, gosh. The Marlins,
This is why
though.
franchises don't succeed.
The Marlins, they had an awful week. They went 1-6. Just nothing good about the Marlins.
That's what I'm seeing. Continue.
Yeah, the Brewers were they were 4-3 this week. Just nothing really, I mean, they're good, but I don't. The whole NL Central is whatever you want to take it, because the other four teams are right around the middle of trying to figure out how they're going to get to the top. But the Brewers keep winning. Cardinals went 5-2 this week. They're just,
Hey, Kyle.
they're yes.
1 second. Could you tell me who won the game today?
I believe the Brewers did.
No, between the Cardinals and Cubs.
I believe the Cardinals won the game.
They did? Okay. Well, you know why I didn't know that? Quick rant. Sorry, I will continue. Because the Cardinals-Cubs game was on the Roku channel today. And that's the only place you could find it. So, MLB, whoever made on Father's Day a Cardinals and Cubs day on the Roku channel, and that's it. You're a dumbass.
Well, that's what
And
happens.
the whole city of St. Louis was shitting on you all day. So, we don't know who really won unless we look online or by chance have a Roku TV. You dipshits. Continue, Kyle.
Yep, Cardinals 5-2 today. I'm in the same page. I was trying to watch the Royals game on MLB Network. Wasn't on there. Just Rob Manfred. Figure it out, pal. We got the Reds. They went 2-4. They're on a kind of a slide right now, downhill after a good week last week. But they're trying to maintain their pace of, I believe, third place. But the Cards are in second place. They're 6.5 games behind the Cubs. Or not the Cubs. The frickin' Brewers. The Pirates were 3-4 this week. They're mid. They let a guy. They let what was it? Who was it? McMahon or whatever for the Rockies. Steal home on them. Just not fundamental baseball. Cubs
Jared
went
Jones is very
3-4.
upset.
Yeah, the Cubs went 3-4. Nothing's good about the Cubs right now. They have
Besides Imanaka?
I think, yeah,
Unfortunately.
but he's injured though. I believe we're getting something done to his arm.
yeah. Well,
Got
he got
injured.
taken out. But
Yeah, it doesn't look good for the Cubs. I think they have the worst record since April 14th. Cubs are
Really?
just not looking good. They may need to sell.
Jeez.
The
I mean, who
the
knows though?
fan
That division is up for grabs, unfortunately.
The Dodgers went 3-4, but injuries galore. Mookie Betts got hit with hit in the hand today. Yamamoto with tricep tightness. Haven't heard that one before. Probably the reason the Royals won that game. And let me look. Padres
Don't be
went
stretching your triceps, bro.
Padres went 3-4. They have a ton of talent. They just don't know how to figure it out. Probably just the way the organization's run. The Diamondbacks went 5-2 this week. Good for the Diamondbacks, but they're still 2 games under 500. And then the Giants went, I believe, 3-4 this week. Not really good. And then the Rockies went 2 and I believe 5 for the Rockies. So our leaders in the American League are the Yankees, Guardians, and Mariners. The Orioles have the top wild card spot at 47 wins. The Royals still have the second place spot only a half game in front of the Twins. The Twins have that third place spot. The Boston Red Sox are 3 games out of that last wild card spot. The division leaders for the NL are the Phillies, Dodgers, and the Brewers. The Braves have the top spot at 38 wins. Cardinals have the second place spot. The Cardinals, what's that going on? 35 and 35. And then the Padres have a 37 and 38 record. The NL just kind of drops off right after. The NL just drops off right after the Brewers. But all that being said, let's go around the room and talk about our teams.
That's what I'm looking at here. There's only a 5.5 game difference between the Atlanta Braves, who's the number 1 wild card team, and everyone in the NL other than the Rockies and the Marlins.
Yep. It's like it'll be close for those two spots.
That's actually kind of crazy. Like, how many people are tied up right now? It's up for grabs here for playoff spots.
Let's go around the
room.
room.
The Mets by record are one of the last teams, but they're only 1.5 games out of the wild card.
Yeah. Yep. And let's talk about the Mets. Let's start with you, P4. P4, I know you wanted to talk about your Mets. You were texting us today. P4, what is it about this team that's been getting you feeling the way you're feeling?
Alvarez, maybe the best catcher in baseball.
Okay. No.
That's not Ivan Herrera. And you know that.
What are we talking about here?
Francisco Alvarez's
What are we
father.
talking about here? Continue.
Mark Vientos continues to be one of the best players in baseball since he's been called up.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Francisco Lindor has been underappreciated by baseball fans for his entire career. And he's still not playing absolutely incredible, but he's in this leadoff spot, and he's batting like 300 since he's been in this leadoff spot. Nimmo's been doing good in this 3-hole. JD Martinez is hot. Pete Alonso hit another home run today. They're looking good. They're looking real good. Still a couple people that could probably go. I don't think Jeff McNeil or Sterling Marte, even though Marte's bat's been hot. A couple of those guys I think are not going to be here for a long time. But and maybe some of the pitching as well. But even Jose Quintana had a good outing the other day. Luis Severino looks good. Sean Manaea looks good. The catching looks okay. Ever since we got rid of Nitto and Omar Narvaez, and now that Francisco's back, our record with San Francisco, it's like a 75% win percentage, and then without him, it's like a 25% win percentage. It's ridiculous.
That is huge.
What? Huh.
Yeah, Francisco Alvarez is like the only piece, is the common denominator between our wins and our losses.
Well, considering, yeah, that is pretty crazy for a young guy.
Good for him. It's all about the Mets.
All about the Mets.
It's always
All right,
about the Mets.
let's go to Howard about the Cardinals and what the Cardinals doing.
You know, from keeping up recently with them, it's been really funky because they're good and they're not. They have games where they just really look disappointing and stuff, and there's certain parts of the rotation that's not doing too great. But Kyle Gibson has really impressed me, and they've had a lot of guys I think have been more impressive than Cardinals fans expected them to be, and that's why they're not doing bad. Mason Wynn has been a stud. He is arguably one of my favorite Cardinals in a very long time. And he's been balling. He's actually made this team fun for the first time in maybe like 2, potentially 3 years. They're not doing terrible. I don't think that they're like threats to win the World Series or anything. No crazy run. I think there's a lot of gaps to, even if they had like a Cinderella run where we just collapse on ourselves. But they're not bad. I think it's a step up in the right direction. Even if Cardinal fans want to be World Series contenders every year, it's not going to happen. But, you know, we're not doing bad. And I think we got a lot in our future, like Ivan Herrera. And hopefully Jordan Walker gets back. He's a stud that just didn't have a great start to the season, but he's not a bad guy at all. And if he gets his rhythm back, he can be a stud too. So the young core is what is really looking positive for the Cardinal fans at the moment.
Nice.
Go Cards, go. PC. You have anything about the Royals? Did you watch the Royals this week?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, what else can I really expect from them? I mean, like, personally, for me, they've been really bad since we won the World Series, and like they went and played two of the best teams, or like gonna be World Series contention teams, and to pull out one win out of both series, I know it doesn't sound that great, but for after how bad they've been the past 4 or 5 years, to be able to at least win those two games, and they're in a it's still early a little bit, still in June, but to be even in the consideration of being in a playoff spot as a Royals fan is super rewarding for how many years we've had for 7 or 8 where it just hasn't even been at least to the playoffs. So that is, they got blown out 10-1. They hit a walk-off that was really cool to beat the Yankees, and then, what they lose today? I didn't even see the score.
3-0.
3-0.
Glasnow had his way today.
Yeah, and and that's the Dodgers, and they're good, and all World Series contention. But you know what? As long as we can stay in this playoff, kind of hunt, maybe this wild card, that's where the Royals kind of caught fire when they were able to, win it all. At first they caught their really big win going in to help them that following season when they were a wild card team and made it all the way to the World Series. So we'll see what happens. Bobby Witt's obviously playing well. The team's hitting the ball pretty well. So we'll just have to wait and see. But they got to keep beating those teams that they're supposed to beat, like you've been saying. You can't give the White Sox 2 out of 3, or you got to be able to beat. Or if the A's coming, they're coming to town, aren't they? They're coming to KC.
No, we're going to
Oakland. So, but you can't give up 2 out of 3 against Oakland. You gotta go in there and handle business. So.
Especially of how they've been playing, really bad.
Right, exactly. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. But for as a Royals fan, for me personally, I'm very actually excited to be able to watch a game and actually have some impact on how the season's going to turn out.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'll summarize the 3 teams. P4, your Mets. I watched them today. Almost gave up a 5-run lead in the 8th inning. Scared me to death. But Grimace and his powers told the Mets they shouldn't lose. That's what happened. If you guys don't know, Grimace threw out a pitch. How many days ago? 6 days ago?
Yeah, 6 days. We're 5-0 since then.
He threw out the first pitch of the game, and the Mets have been undefeated. Now, probably because of Alvarez coming back, just because he's such a... he doesn't have to hit home runs. He just has to be that framer, that guy behind the plate, the manager.
He
having
has to
that...
play like a Von Herter.
Yeah. So, Mets, you're in a tricky spot because you're winning a lot of games now, and you're in the wild card hunt. But you have a lot of assets you could trade to get your team better. This is just a general manager job. What is your decision now? Right now, I think you keep playing it, see what you got, let the season roll out. For the Cardinals,
because you can't trade. Before this, it was Pete. Do you trade Pete now?
If they slump, if it's a little spark and they go back to slumping, I would.
Yeah.
Before it's any later.
Just depends. Howard, your Cardinals, they're not playing bad. They're beating up on bad teams.
Yes.
And their pitching's doing their job.
Yep.
At this point, you just got to hope and pray that you stay in the wild card spot. I think you can with how bad, or not bad, but how, inconsistent every other team in the NL is that aren't named the Brewers, the Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Braves, I guess. Just got to stay consistent, keep your pitching going.
Yeah, we haven't been consistent in a minute, honestly. A couple of seasons, it's just been we got a hot stretch, and then we just go back to stinking like it's a whole facade all the time, especially with Ollie Marmol. So if they actually stay consistent and they can make a playoff appearance with Marmol still at the helm, then I'll be a little happy. But, I still just think there's a lot more to change about the Cardinals. But a playoff appearance would be something to be happy for.
Yep. And then the Royals, yeah, PC. They had a really tough gauntlet, probably the toughest any MLB team will face this year with the teams they're playing. Uh, they're injured, but that doesn't really matter. No one's feeling sorry for the Royals being injured. I don't feel sorry for other teams that get injured. So, we're just staying afloat. We're floating right now. We have a chance to, get some games back. We'll see. We'll see what the Royals do. A lot of people are still on that Royals regression, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Royals did have a regression. But man, Bobby Witt Jr. is he's just a dude. He's not Gunnar Henderson, of course, but he's a superstar in Kansas City. And I
He's
don't
not
think
far off.
no, he's not. I mean, Gunner's got a ton of home
them two for
runs
sure.
as a leadoff bat. I mean, he made them and Gunner and Bobby make Carlos Correa look like a mid-level shortstop. That's how good both of these guys are. So we'll see what the Royals have. It depends if the Royals are even going to make a move. I want the Royals to get Michael Kopech, but it seems like the White Sox are wanting everybody's number one prospect in their system for every player they're going to trade, which I think they're going to get enough when they trade Luis Robert and Crochet. So if you're asking a team to give up your top top three, uh, prospect for Michael Kopech, you're probably not going to trade him unless you're going to trade him with the freaking uh, Padres, who have no idea what they're doing, in my opinion. But our teams are playing okay-ish, except for the Royals this week. But we'll see what happens. And next week, or not next week, because I'm out the next 2 weeks. I'm on vacation. When I get back, I have a game we'll all play. It's a lot of fun. It actually doesn't involve any MLB players, but it is a baseball game. But that's what I got on the MLB side. Take me out to the ball game.
Alrighty, yes, sir. So we have a little bit of a Copa American stuff, but Mr. Howard, sir, do you want to do that now, or do you want to record a video when you get your camera ready and stuff like that? It's kind of up to you, man. Just
Yeah, I think I can at least recap what I covered last week in the Euros, but I would like to kind of do a better breakdown because maybe not the other teams. I won't drag it out and stuff too much, but I'll talk about some of the top teams that are favored, and then Mexico and the U.S. are obviously huge, with the U.S. being the host this year. But yeah, let me just run down through Euros while I don't have a camera, unfortunately, at the moment. Well, I have my camera, but it's just not working. Anyways, Germany are the hosts of this World Cup, as I mentioned last week. They started off opening against Scotland this past Friday, and they beat Scotland 5-1. So that was pretty rough there for Scotland, and Germany looked pretty good on the other hand. Next day we got Switzerland beating Hungary, who I was talking about being a popular Cinderella. But they beat them 3-1. Switzerland did pretty good. They look like the second tier out of their group here. So they're not doing too bad. Spain dominated Croatia. Croatia, holy shit, they looked awful. That was a retirement home. Modric was out of gas, unfortunately. The defense was completely shaky. Croatia, once looking like dominant guys, their young guys have a long way to go, but it's looking ugly. Italy against Albania. Albania scored the fastest goal in Euro Championship history in 23 seconds into the game against Italy, but Italy scored 2 unanswered in response, one by Nico Barella, who I was talking about, their best player from Inter. He's a dog, goes to show on the big stage. And then today, Netherlands went against Poland. It was tied 1-1 for a while, but Wout Weghorst, who that's the craziest name you might hear on this podcast, he went and scored the game-winning goal after being completely dog shit on Manchester United for the year, so that's pretty crazy. Netherlands won that game, thankfully. Denmark against Slovenia. Denmark had Christian Eriksen score a goal 1,100 days after he had cardiac arrest. So that was huge for him, which crazy comeback story. But Slovenia went up and ended up drawing with them. And then England went and beat Serbia 1-0, but a lot of England fans are very disappointed and thought that they played very lackluster. So England has a dub, but at the same time, it is not looking too great for their start. And Serbia didn't play a great game, but, they kept it close, so they showed they can hang in this group. Tomorrow, the last thing I will say is Romania against Ukraine will go down, Belgium against Slovakia, and then at 2 p.m., at least Central Time, it will be Austria against France, and France will look to start their huge run being favored in this World Cup. But Austria are really tough, probably the most underrated team for them to beat. So that'll be interesting to see how they fare in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that wraps up the Euros and my coverage there. From what I think England is going to crash out. Spain's a lot better than I thought. Germany looks very scary again. They looked absolutely just completely pressuring Scotland. That'll be interesting. Italy looked not too bad. Their backline's a little shaky, and low-key the goalie, Donnarumma, shit himself in the first goal, and it was really scary, but I think Albania aren't a bad team. Italy have a good chance, though, repeating. We will see how they continue to fare out in the tournament, though. And that wraps up my Euro coverage.
Dope. All right. Well, let's talk about a little bit. Let's do a little bit of reactions here until Mr. K. Stout gets back, because it's almost that time of the evening.
Da-da-dum.
We're just wide wait for. Oh, look who's back! All right, get your whiteboards ready. It's about that time. We got it coming up. Here's how this is gonna work. All right, so that everybody can realize this. So.
Oh, this is tough.
No, wait. I said it in
It's
the.
a great idea. Yeah, hold on.
Okay, okay.
My fault. Hold on.
Let me see.
Nick, we're gonna trust. If Nick gets the first 5 answers correct, and they're difficult, I'm gonna have to call him out on something. He's got his phone.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
swear.
you know what?
All right, so here's how this is going to work. So since Mr. Stolting does not have a mic, he is going to say his answers first before the other two
Wait.
dudes
Nope,
show.
Nick Howard does not have his camera.
Right, sorry, excuse me. Howard's on his camera.
Yeah.
He's going to tell us his answer first, and then the rest of the dudes will answer as well. If you are not familiar, the dudes have total points so far accumulated from the last 3 weeks or so. That is Mr. P4 right now is currently at the top, reigning champion at 10 points. Okay, then we have Mr. Howard at 7 points, and then the lone wolf in contention to face the wheel of punishment for the first time in Dudes in Sports history. Now, we have to give him a little bit of chance. They are getting 10 questions this week. So, double the amount of questions,
Don't
double
go Shaquille
the
O'Neal from the free throw
opportunity
line, brother.
to be either smart
Spin the wheel tonight.
and dumb. We are spinning the wheel tonight to finish off the podcast. So, all right. First question of Smart or Dumb is, what is 3 cubed? What is the answer to 3 cubed? 20 seconds on the clock. 3 cubed. What is 3 cubed? Ten seconds left. All right, pencils down, class.
Wait, Nick first.
Yes.
Mr.
would
Howard,
that-
sir.
Oh, would that happen to be 27?
That is the answer that I have. We got 27 and we got 54. Oh, no.
What? What were you counting?
I was doing 3 3 times 3 times 3, right?
Yeah, that's 27. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Excuse. So, we got a little bit catching up here now. Okay, we got Howard at 8. Stelting at 5. P4 still up at 10. All right. Next question. Which NFL team had the most total arrests? Which NFL team?
What year? This year?
Yeah.
This last year, who had the most arrests? I think it was last year. Hold on, let me double check that.
This year or last year?
This last year.
Okay.
Isaiah Wilson wasn't on our team for
Hold on,
some
sorry.
time,
I need
so.
to make sure I got this answer right.
This is a tough question because we know what this year's is.
God, yeah.
Like, I have an answer that I think some of you may have, but I don't know if it's right because maybe different years.
Okay, hold on. This might change your answer because the one that I have, it's of all time. Who was the most of all time, not just of last year?
Okay, so do we get 30 more seconds?
Yeah, you get 30 more seconds. Sorry, I had the wrong
Cool,
one.
'cause I'm not
I tried to
changing
look
my
up the answer. I tried to look up the answer for last year, and it did not have it on Google, so blame Google for the crappy question.
Alright, I'm changing my answer.
I got like 2 teams, honestly.
I'm not changing my answer. I don't care.
This
if
is
I'm wrong.
this is probably the hardest question of the night.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Yeah. Whoever knows, Brock Henry would know this stat. Shout out Brock Henry.
Brock Henry. All right, Mr. Howard, sir, what is your answer?
Oh man, I want to pick. You know what? I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to say the Raiders.
Okay. You two hold up your answers.
Raiders.
The Dolphins and the Raiders. You are all incorrect. It is actually
It's
the
gonna be the
Minnesota
Steelers.
Vikings.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Very
crazy.
random one that I didn't think anybody would get, but I had to throw one hard one in there, see if we got anybody.
How many got arrested over? Like, what's the
The
total?
other team I was thinking
It
was
was-
the
I don't
Detroit
even know.
Lions.
I looked at. It says here.
No, was that in like the 90s?
It says the Minnesota Vikings.
That must have been like the 70s or like the Purple People Eaters.
It can't be over
They
100.
probably count all the Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar.
Vikings had 60 arrests in the past 24 years.
Practice squad.
Okay.
All right, cool. So it's all right, no big deal. Okay, we still got 10, 8, 5. All right, next question. Where were the last Summer Olympics held? Where were the last Summer Olympics held? $20 seconds.
I spelled this city wrong, by the way.
I have no fucking idea.
Sports fanatic over here.
I was about to put a.
That's our main man from way out west right there.
My hands are down. by the way.
All right. Howard, tell us your answer.
Is actually a very west answer because it would happen to be Tokyo, Japan.
Mr. K-Stel, P4. I can't see yours, K-Stel. What do you got? You got Tokyo too, and he's got France. Okay. This is getting a lot closer down the road.
Dude.
All right.
Bro, the
At
France
the turn,
is
we'll
this
see
year.
it.
France is this year.
All right,
a good
I was gonna
guess.
Put Morocco
Hey,
down,
at least-
too.
at
I
least
have
you're
no
somewhat-
fucking idea.
Morocco.
That'd be pretty crazy.
All right. Question number 4. What is the capital of Texas? What is the capital of Texas? 20 seconds.
I think we should all know this one.
This one was a hopefully pretty easy one. All right, Mr. Howard, sir, what is your answer?
Hands up, don't
Would
shoot.
be Austin, Texas.
Got
got
Austin,
Austin.
and we got Austin. Hey, we're all smart for once. Let's go.
Joe Rogan. I said Joe Rogan.
I said St. Rogi's Cathedral, the mothership.
Oh man.
Saint Rogue.
Everybody got a point there. Everybody's smart. All right, question number 5. All right, number 5 is, what movie is this quote from? If you build it, they will come. What movie is this quote from? If you build it, they will come. 20 seconds on the clock. Actually, I'll give you 30 because it's a movie quote. 30 seconds. If you build it, they will come.
I don't know if I know the exact movie, but
No way. Are you shitting? No.
Dude, I have no idea.
I don't know. Bro.
What?
I think if when I hear it, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I should have known that. But I'm not real good on like.
Aren't you the movie guy?
I know that.
I do know-
Kyle, bro.
I
This
do
is
know movies,
doing
but-
when Kyle hears.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Yeah,
he's
no.
All right, Howard, tell him the answer.
There's no way you have not seen The Field of Dreams.
Oh my god!
Show us your answers.
There's
I had
the
Lord
Field
of
of
the
Dreams
R-
game, everything.
I had Lord of the Rings.
What?
Dude, don't make it read, bro. If you build it, they will come. Yeah, absolutely. That
Yeah,
is
that makes sense
unbelievable.
All
Unbelievable.
right, we will count up these points later, but we're gonna kind of keep it at a little bit of a random, just to make sure that we see what if people are paying attention or not. We'll count them up at the
Very
very
good,
end.
because I can't count very good, so
I
I,
can't
think I'm
count.
still in the lead.
I can't count either, so thank God we got technology to do it for me. All right, next question. Who was the rushing leader last season in the NFL? Who was the rushing leader last season in the NFL? 20 seconds
This
on the
past?
clock. This past season. This past season.
Oh, I don't think it's... Fuck.
I think
God damn
I'm
it.
thinking the same thing you are, P4.
Right? Because I think he had too many receiving yards.
Yeah.
I don't think it's him.
Oh man, now this is tough. This is like
All right.
Well, you gotta say it before me.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up, P4. Put your marker down.
Can you just tell
No
us if you
cheating!
get right before?
Okay, Mr. Howard.
ah man, is it Christian McCaffrey? It's not. It's not.
It is Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, I got it.
Let's go.
Oh.
P4 without it. P4 without it. P4 without it.
I overthought it.
Josh
I overthought it.
Jacobs.
He's pretty good.
I know, but-
Wow,
What do you
this
have?
is
You
this is
probably
getting a
have-
lot closer than.
We were talking about Christian McCaffrey being an MVP vote. That's how.
All right.
Yeah, I
But
thought
we
he
were
almost had,
we
like,
were
1,000
talking about the
1,000
receiving
seasons.
yards. Yeah.
Here's an easy question for you guys. You ready? Who
Oh.
was the 45th president of the United States? Who was the 45th president of the United States? Just wanted to, you gotta throw a little. Hey, can't throw fastballs all the time. Sometimes you gotta throw little lobs, little t-ball. Let the guys
Make
get back in
sure
rhythm.
we're aware of our world around us.
Exactly. All right, Howard, tell the great people of the Dude Sports Channel who the 45th president was.
That'd be the really rich dude with a lot of hotels named Donald Trump.
That would be correct, Mr. Donald Trump. Stelting's got it. Stelting needs a 2024.
Jesus Christ.
He's a 2024.
You guys
Hi
Shout out
guys,
Trump, man.
just
Shout out
Kyle
Trump,
in
man.
general.
Shout out Trump. All right,
I said convicted felon.
next
on here.
next question. Next question.
I
Okay.
was too good at social media. They had to take it away.
Look at the Cheesecake Factory. They're a great menu. Biden ruined it.
All right.
I talk to scientists. They go, no one's ever asked me this question before. They're so good questions.
All right, this one's I don't know. We'll see what happens here. All right, question number 8. Who won the men's lacrosse national championship this year? Who won the men's lacrosse national championship this year? What team?
Nope, I know it. Maybe no, I don't know. It's good. It's a good answer though. Good answer.
I'm
Thanks,
curious what you guys, because if you guys get this right, like, props off. All
If
right,
it's not this team, I'll be. upset.
Howard, say who you think it is.
I got two, but I'm gonna go Syracuse.
Okay, you two got what?
I got Notre Dame.
Kyle Stelting hits it right on the money
Yeah.
with a Notre Dame
That
back-to-back
was the second.
champions.
You want to know how I know that? Because of that video of the kid who like he like broke his leg or something, and kept playing.
Who
And I was like,
cares?
Dude, men's lacrosse is a fine sport. Thank you. Shut your mouth.
It's
West
a lot,
Coast
it's a lot
boy.
of fun. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
I would have played it if it wasn't so expensive as a kid.
It is expensive sport. All right, question number 9. What movie had Alfalfa as the main character? What movie had Alfalfa as the main character?
Oh my god. My family credibility is on the line in this one. At least on my mom's side.
Let's go. 10 more seconds. Write down an answer.
Main character.
Main character is Alfalfa. What's the movie? All right, Howard.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Little Rascals.
Okay.
Goonies.
I said No Country.
Oh, you're such a.
Oh no! The choke of the
What?
century.
Oh, Alfalfa! What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
Okay, can I say something? Can I say something? And you guys may hate me. I've
It
never
was
seen.
boxcar.
You've
Fucking-
never,
never-
seen the Little Rascals?
Little Rascals?
Oh
Never seen
my
it.
my
god.
god.
That's
Movie
unbelievable.
now.
Kyle doesn't
Well,
know
they-
true
they
cinema.
had the,
Confirmed.
What was their club called?
Oh,
Oh.
The
jeez.
No Girls.
Coot or it was.
Uh.
I don't know if it was like cooties or it was like something to do with like they had something.
He-Man
He-Man.
Woman Haters Club. The
Yeah.
He-Man Woman Haters Club. The He-Man Woman Haters Club.
What's the number for 911? I don't know. Little
Class movie,
Rascals.
Kyle. You don't
Kyle.
know it. You're missing out on
Unbelievable.
true cinema.
All right, final question, and then we'll tally up the points. It is, which MLB team has struck out the most this season? Which MLB team has struck out the most during this season? 20 seconds on the clock.
Kyle. You became the thinker.
No, I already wrote my
Oh,
answer. I wrote
okay.
my answer down.
I
It's
thought-
probably not them, but I mean, it
Okay.
probably isn't them, but
This is going to be really close. Because the winner, I'll explain the winner after this. We get these final results here. Got 1 second. Mr. Howard, sir, tell us your answer.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the Nationals.
Okay.
Bold one.
I had very similar line of thinking.
I got the Mariners.
Kyle Stelting's right.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter.
That's actually kinda
I still lost.
The Seattle Mariners.
I was just thinking about what
So
team Joey
let's,
Gallo was on.
let's
To be
tally
honest.
up total points here. So P4 got 1, 2, 3 more today to end his total at 13. Okay, P4 is at 13. Great final score. You know, it's our first
I think I
season.
should be okay then.
Let's see what happens. We'll go to Howard next. So
I had a
Howard
rough
was
day
at
today.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Count it
12,
up,
13,
count it up.
14 takes
Count it
the lead.
Up, man.
7 out of 10.
Give me.
And
Crown.
Mr. Stelting. Stelting started off with 4 points. He got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points for Mr. Kyle. Mr. K. Stelt is headed to the
No.
punishment wheel.
No.
Now, for our viewers that don't know about this, So,
Oh, boy.
for 4 episodes, we've been keeping total, right? So, our final, obviously, Mr. K-Stell has lost. Okay? There
I had a
is
great comeback, though.
He
Great comeback.
He did good
he
effort.
made
good
it.
effort.
He made it interesting in the very end. Okay, but just could not pull off the dub. So
Garbage time
Lost it
touchdown.
the
how this
second-
works?
second
I've
time.
made a wheel of punishments. None of the dudes have any idea what is on this wheel. There's a multitude of things that's going to make this really exciting. Before we do the spin, let me explain what happens after this. So, Mr. Howard, since he won, will become the new host for Smarter Dumb. So he gets to come up with his questions for five questions, right, for 3 weeks, and then 10 at the final one. Okay, I will now become a contestant to be in the exchange for Smarter Dumb. So you win, you move up to the top dog spot. You lose, you fall to the bottom. But let's take a gander at Mr. K. Stelt's wheel.
No, I'm not excited at all. Put out an effort. 6 points.
Come on, man.
6 points.
Alrighty, here. So, here's the wheel. Okay, I don't want to show you
shoot, yeah,
everything.
options.
Whiteboard.
Hold on. Dude,
Oh no, the Star Wars.
It
Acolyte.
is-
I'm gonna.
pretty bad. I'm trying to get it where it's just the wheel. You can't see everything.
Oh no, I really like.
Wait, can you just no go to the, just look at the ones on the side. On the side of the wheel. You see all those and just go in order.
So you want me
see
to
that?
go over all of them, or do you want to just be
Yeah.
random?
Go.
Okay.
Let me.
Here is what you could get, okay? So egg roulette, what it is, during the next stream, you have to have 3 raw eggs next to your mic or monitor, and during whatever time during the podcast, each dude gets to say egg roulette. When they say that, you have to immediately smash the raw egg over the top of your head and wear it for the rest of the podcast. Dude
Oh,
made
right, drink
dude
it.
made sandwich. Pretty obvious. The dudes
Oh,
get to
yeah.
make you a
25 cents right
sandwich.
I don't want that.
Whatever
I really
type
don't
of
want
sandwich
those.
they want, and they could be as nice or as mean as they would like to be.
No, dude. I'll throw up. I
Dude
swear,
made
I'll throw up.
smoothie.
On the
Pretty
smoothie, for sure.
self-explanatory thing in the dude made smoothie. Twitter takeover. Each dude gets to pick something to say on somebody's Twitter, as long as it does not get them fired.
No politics, no anything like that, bro. Nothing.
But that's
yeah,
to the
don't
discretion.
be stupid, man.
Ice bucket challenge, everybody likes that one. That one's pretty easy. Whiteboard only. During the entire podcast, you have to do your entire segment on your whiteboard.
Okay.
You don't get to talk. You just get to sit there with your whiteboard.
Okay.
Podcast teleprompter, pretty simple. The dudes are going to write the script for you, and you're going to talk about whatever you want, whatever they want, on your segment. Dress up the dude, pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
Star Wars Acolyte PowerPoint. Have to
put
watch
this
the
in there.
entire Star Wars Acolyte series and present a PowerPoint on the Dudes in Sports live stream.
That'd be terrible.
Open mic, you have to come up with a 1-minute comedy special for the Dudes
Okay.
in Sports live to be entertained by. 3 teaspoons of horseradish. That'll be fun. The One Hot Chip Challenge. If you've not seen that, go look it up
Oh my
online.
gosh,
That one shall be
no.
fun.
Dude, that'd be brutal, bro.
Blazing Challenge. This does require a little bit of your own recording, but you just
Oh
go to
my
Buffalo Wild Wings
gosh.
and set up your camera and video, and we can put it out on the YouTube channel.
Dude.
Improv
Dude,
comedy.
terrible.
The dudes get to pick 3 different activities that you must come up with an improv comedy skit for. WWE Superstar. You have to come in like a WWE Superstar, dressed up with a theme song and everything, coming onto the podcast.
Okay.
That'd be
That's not bad.
Taylor Swift PowerPoint for all our Swiftie lovers out there. You get to
I'll get
listen
my-
to an entire
I'll get my-
album
I was
and
about to say, you
decipher
better not cheat.
the power.
Oh,
you
so I-
decipher
okay.
the whole album of what they're saying.
Okay.
Live broadcast for a WNBA game. So you get to watch
Can I-
WNBA and you have to broadcast like you're a
That's-
broadcaster for the WNBA.
Yeah, I'll pick a Caitlin Clark game.
Smelling salts. Pretty
Oh my gosh.
self-explanatory.
Take that one out, bro. Take that
Dry
one.
scooping pre-workout. Egg roulette again because that's kind of fun. 3 spoonfuls of mayo. Dude built sandwich and then a silent disco party. Dudes get to pick the sounds, the music you have to listen to, and you have to give us a full performance on the live stream. So
Hold
this
on. Before you do it, take out 2. take out the mayonnaise because I actually like mayonnaise. I could eat spoonfuls of mayonnaise.
Well, then it's-
whenever.
I was about to
That
say,
would be
that
bad
seems
for
like
somebody
something that
else.
Then
Kyle.
put 8. Put 8. All right, you like it so much, you fucking clown.
8. Dude, I'll gain like 5 pounds, bro. 8 is so much.
That's your own fault.
carbs.
I tried to make
That's
the
your
punishment
fault.
wheel. I tried to make it kind of hard.
That one's not hard enough. Can you make it harder?
Oh no,
Hey,
that
man.
one. That one.
Alrighty,
That one could be succeeded if he had.
this is the
tried,
moment
bro.
we have all been waiting for.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Which
no fries. No fries.
punishment?
yeah, no.
Is
That would be
Mr.
pretty
K.
brutal for
Stelt
Oh
going
my
to
God.
have to do? Here's
Now
the
I
spin.
hope he gets the mayo. 8 is so many.
8 is so many.
Oh
that
my
would be
god.
so, dude, God would
5
be telling
and
you
then
basically
3
to.
more. Oh no!
Oh,
It's not that bad.
dang!
Let's go.
Silent
Easiest
disco
one.
party.
Oh,
Easiest one.
Easiest
Clutch.
one off the board already.
clutch.
Cut Mr. K. Stout live reaction. How you feeling after the wheel punishment?
Incredible. I'll dance. I'll dance and
Unbelievable.
do it. I mean,
Kyle's
they
twerked
picked-
on a podcast before.
I have.
Let's
I
let's
have.
remember this.
it wasn't shown though.
Uh,
At the end.
Reasons.
So,
bit.
Silent
Perfect.
Disco Party is now off the board. Okay, so next month, okay, when we start this back up, Mr. K. Stelt's going to be gone for 2 weeks, so maybe take a little bit of a sideline for Smart or Dumb till he gets back. But, I mean, we'll do 1 week, 'cause it's kind of his own fault for being on
Hey,
vacation.
yeah, it's 3 for the rest of us. It's only 8 for Kyle.
Yeah.
To make that clear.
He's getting sent down back to the G League. All right.
But, yeah, we'll do that. We'll have this video up for you guys eventually. But I think that's going to wrap it up for us here. Mr. Howard, sir, will be the new host for Smart or Dumb. So we'll see what types of trivia questions he's going to give the dudes, and everybody else is back at 0 points starting next week.
That's gonna
So
be it's gonna be fun.
it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm super excited to actually be in the game. So it's going to end it today. Great pod, guys. Great job, fellas. Shout out P4 being here on time. Everybody else, you know what? More.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, get a
That's all that
watch.
counts.
Just get a watch.
I was set up good
Watch.
to go like 5 minutes early. I'm
Yo,
just
Rolly.
I
Yeah,
had,
it looks
to, I had
like
to show up in ghost
Alright.
form. I'm
Alright.
Casper.
Get a rolling. But we'll go around the room. Last thoughts. Let's start off with Mr. P4, sir. Got any last words?
A pleasure and an honor. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell. Notification gang. Like, comment. Let us know what you think about Kyle down below in the comments. Let us know what you think about the Mets down below in the comments. Let us know what you think about anything else down below in the comments. Donate via Super Chat. Appreciate everything that you guys are doing. It's a great time hanging
We
out
should
with the
get on
dudes.
Asterisk.
We should get on
Goodbye,
Twitch.
folks.
Mr. Howard, sir, since you had no camera, sir.
Yeah, you couldn't see my face, but I have been here all podcast. Happy Father's Day to all the dudes fathers out there and all the fathers in general. Pretty hot day and stuff for all the dads, unfortunately, if they wanted to get out. But I guess, it's not a bad day when it's at least attainable to get out. And, it's not been too bad, like we talked about earlier on the podcast with NBA. Getting close to wrapping up. Mavericks blew out the Celtics. That's an interesting one. But anyways, yeah, it's not been too bad. Just starting off the summer, a lot of sports watch in general, soccer. But it's getting close, just about a week out before the first official day of summer is going on. So we're just getting started.
Yes, sir. All right, since he's going to be gone for 2 weeks, whatever that means.
I'm on
Mr. K.
vacation.
Stelzer, what's your final words for the next, I don't know, I guess we'll see you in July.
Bless the wheel. Thank you for giving me a easy one. That probably is the easiest one. Yes, of course, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, your guys' fathers, my father. I will be at the beach. I'll be surfing. Cowabunga. I'll be out for that. But once I come back, I'll be ready to go. Baseball we'll be getting close to All-Star break, and dude, we'll have I think the home run derby challenge. We'll probably do some maybe some bets. I don't bet. None of you guys can bet, but just some fun stuff like
Nope.
that. All that
Yeah, no.
stuff. And see you guys later. I'll see you guys in 3 weeks.
Alrighty, that's going to wrap it up for the dudes. We'll see you guys.